produced by DJ Lute. Let's get into that. Let's talk a little bit about it.
Okay, so that was the first song, and I've really been making it be known that all of the Siren music is co-produced. She's always half the decision maker and really the end decision maker on all the stuff we work on, because it's her that's being heard overall. But yeah, we worked on that. It started with me laying down some guitar parts and just building a little bit of the instrumental. We hadn't done something at that point with a rock format. That is straight up pop rock. All the other stuff had been like pop soul and dance EDM stuff. Yeah. And so it was an exciting adventure into that style of music. And then we had another guy lay some guitar parts, and it just came about. And I think it is a very good first jump into that genre.
So I wanted to ask you, how did you come across the both of you deciding that you wanted to do some rock, and then having the person who was laying a few riffs? How did that all come together? So where did the idea come from that you wanted to do rock?
So that came about because one of the main things that I push as far as Siren is her versatility.
Yes.
And we got our start a long time ago as far as her being in a hip-hop group, the Foothill Fam. That was something she mentioned a while back. So she did all the hooks for hip-hop artists. But as far as her, she is very wide range as far as the style she goes for, and it really comes down to how she feels about the lyrics she's writing. And so we don't want to be in one or two categories. Let's just go with what comes with the music. And I've been told it's a good and a bad thing. A good thing because we can appeal to more listeners.
Yes.
Potentially, bad might not be the right word, but like when people listen to an artist, they expect a certain thing.
They can't pinpoint him in a particular genre.
You have people that listen to her, to our music, and they're a fan of, say, the pop, like up-tempo pop dance stuff, and then they hear we're actually working on a pop country song, and they hear that, and it's like, well, this isn't the Siren I'm used to, but I think it's better to do this because, again, you hit other avenues and you touch more people with the music.
I have to agree. You know, there's been a few artists out there, and kind of interestingly enough, one that does come to my mind is Kid Rock, because he's done like rock, like I want to say hair metal rock type. He's done straight up hip hop. He's done a fusion between the rock, like Beastie Boys rock and hip hop, country. So you know, he's run the gamut, and I don't know about EDM, so that's where Siren comes in, you know, with the new stuff, house, EDM, and, you know, a few other things. But I think that's a fabulous niche about her, really, that she doesn't really have a niche. Like, she doesn't have a genre, but her niche is that she can span, you know, all of the genres, which I think is pretty awesome. So she is part of the producer in her music. Yeah,
we work together on it, whether it's via email, if it's something I work on. A lot of times once she's done on the microphone and then heads home, and there's back and forth, and it is email or text or phone calls, because she overall leaves the mix portion to me. She doesn't know about that side of it.
Right.
But she has a producer mindset. She does play music, like a little guitar, a little piano. So she's always a part of that process. But the final refinement, the ideas that I need to translate with the board and the effects and all the things that I do as an engineer, there is back and forth. Sometimes I think we've had maybe 5, 6, 7 back and forths before we got it right. And it always comes down to one little thing. There's that one little, take that word out and it's perfect. Whatever. Little situations like that. There's always some little nagging thing, but that process is vital, because if we put it out and we're not happy with it later.
So now, okay, question. You being the producer and the mix master, how is it the process now that because you don't have too many artists that actually are in the production with you, doing the production on the music with you. So how is it the process for you when you have this co-producer, when you're getting ready and you're mixing and mastering and you're almost done? Do you stop and say, let me run this by her really quickly and send it her way and then see if she has any like final changes, or do
Yes.
you just say it's done?
It's always verified with her or auditioned to her for approval.
Yes. Okay.
She has final approval. Again, when it's a Siren song, like an actual solo single release, then it's her name that's up front. My name's not on the covers, it's her. So she has to have final say, unless there's a reason why it doesn't work, like technically or musically. But again, she has the producer mindset. She knows.
And she catches it, so
Yes.
it's not anything out of the ordinary
It's
for her.
it's a great process.
Yeah. And she's super awesome. You guys seen her in here. She has t-shirts. You guys can catch her www.sirenmusic.com. She's tons of swag that she has. She's just finished a tour. And I don't know, she'll be having another tour soon. But for now, she's back in NorCal. And she's pushing on new music. So that one was called Creepin'.
Yes.
And that was her first rock.
Yeah,
fusion.
it's like a pop rock mixture. There's a little bit of, I guess, what you'd consider pop in most of what we do. So
Yeah, the up-tempo beat that you got going in the background, that's a little, yeah.
that
a
real
little poppy. It's a
that
little
real
more poppy.
boppy, swingy
Yep.
type of feel. There's a pop element to it. But as far as now, the thing, like, she did do the tour. We've been working on the Siren music movement, but we are, and this is when it was announced on my show on the 28th, August 28th.
And his
She
show,
was my
the
guest.
Happy Hour with DJ Lou, every Wednesday, 4
Yes.
to 6, you guys.
3 to 6. Now I gained an
Oh,
extra
that's right,
hour.
3 to
Yes,
6.
but she came on and we announced that. So the Siren music movement is going to be more about, or it's going to be less about her out there as this pop star situation. The reason is
And more about.
the reason is her love for the music aspect way overshadows and is way important to her and to me equally than the image and all the stuff that the industry says you should do
the
and
face
be.
and going on stage.
And
whatnot.
when those things start distracting from the music itself, then it makes her less happy with the activities we do.
Well,
And the things
that's
we can
a fine balance, I would have to say.
we can thrive off of just doing the music, because now we're going to introduce her writing songs for other artists.
That's what I was
Us
gonna say,
producing
yeah.
songs that we're going to be doing solo Siren releases still, but we also want to find emerging young talent. And here's a song; it's already
So
produced
she'd like
and
to be more of a ghost writer.
a ghost writer. That's going to be part of it,
Yeah.
as well as us making like hip hop beats with hooks that are already placed on them, and then we shop those to artists. So like I've done that for a long time. In fact, the Charlie Muscle song that you've played before that has her on the hook, "Love Is Gone."
Yeah.
That was a beat with that hook, and he got it from me for one of my compilations. So artists are looking for that.
Yes, they
Instead
are.
of shopping around for trying to find a singer, and
Yeah.
it's already there.
Yeah,
So-
and there's a few people that I know that do the same thing in the area. So actually, it's a really good route to go, especially if she's not wanting to be a front runner and in the forefront of having to maintain that image, because she
Yeah.
is more focused on the music, which makes a lot of sense. It's great music that she's got going on, and the fact that she can shop it to any genre because she can hit on any
Yes,
genre.
we're going to be doing a lot of that behind the scenes and that underlying level stuff. Also,
For empowerment.
jingles, like for radio commercials, whatever jingles. Those are a lot of fun. I've done them myself. Not for anything you've ever heard, just friends with businesses in Oroville and Chico, whatever. But really trying to seek, hey, Chevy's like a rock. They're never getting rid of that. But let's say some big whoever is looking for that next little catchy song. Wouldn't it be awesome to have that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, they say, I don't want to just call it millions, but your loot can come from anywhere pretty much, you know what I mean? And if it's a jingle that hits, that's, that's what brings it. So we can't knock it, because you got to be able to put your music and whatever it is that you're doing in every basket that you can.
Yes.
So it's not keeping it all in the same basket. It's allowing her and you to say that, there's other aspects, like even video games. You could put music in video games. You could put music in commercials, other than just the jingles. But
we have one little composition that it's done. It's not out yet, and So the little phone games, the apps like Farmville,
Yes.
those types of things.
Yes.
We made this thing based off of something she played on acoustic guitar when she was like 8 years old or something. And we recorded this little guitar passage, and then I developed it into a full instrumental, and it sounds like one of those little Farmville phone games. And that's what I want to do, is find someone that develops the apps, start fresh with the song and an app idea.
Zynga's in San Francisco.
I need to get over there and get with them. But one thing I'd like to do is, because I like the grassroots, working one-on-one with, I want to find somebody, initially I want to look not for a company, but a person. So there's someone that I'm dealing with and sitting with.
Yeah, well, I just want to recommend, there's Zynga right over there, finding a person that is linked with being able to put and be the sound selector for the games.
Yeah.
And then also Sony. Sony's over in San Mateo. So Sony's in San Mateo. Zynga's right off as you come off the Bay Bridge going to the 101. You have Zynga.
Yeah, I see them every time I pass by there, the little dog logo or whatever it is.
Yeah, because your show's right over there. You guys use FCC Free Radio out in San Francisco. That's where he has his show.
It's a little dog, or is it a little devil thing?
It's a little dog.
Dog, okay.
Yeah.
But I see it all the time, Zynga, and I looked it up.
I think there's another one, People Fun. I don't know if that one's out of Zynga too, but People Fun is another one.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, that's going to be pretty exciting and interesting to hear any of those. If you guys ever do get those selected and are chosen, and they do, let us know. Let us know. We would love to check that out. So you got Siren that you've been working on, pushing her music, but I just want to really quickly mention, Siren also worked with Mr. Fab.
Mr. Fab, we had a really great song emerge from reaching out to him with something that we had prepared, and he was receptive to it. And so just a really positive, quality, conscious song came from that. And that's where he's been for like several years now, is the positivity. Just watch his Instagram videos. You don't even have to listen to the music. He has his daily... he just talks about how we can all be better people for each other and just make things better, and that's a great thing. And the thing is, he's hanging out with all the Warriors players. They're receptive to him. He's just a very magnetic guy. So I don't know, nothing but thumbs up for Mr. Fab.
Yeah, he's coming to Stockton this weekend. He'll be the headliner at the Wet Fest. That's going to be, it's a car show. They're going to have wet t-shirt contests and all kinds of crazy stuff, but they're going to, fun stuff. He's going to be there Sunday, so I think that's pretty awesome to just be able to see him come through with whatever he's going to come through, if he's on a new energy now.
Yeah.
So that will be very interesting to see, but I think that's just great, and it's just, as they say, you're 6 people removed from other people, so you're the hardest working producer in Northern California. I've worked with so many artists, so having the artists move around and being in the places that you are as well. It's coming here for your interview. What I really want to get into is, like, I know you work with Siren, I know you work with Mr. Fab, I know you work with Optimistic, all of these, Charlie Muscle, so many, Van B, so many artists that you have brought into our database as well, bringing music. But you yourself are an artist. Other than just being a producer, you do some music as well.
Yes.
Singing.
I sing hooks occasionally. Actually, so I put out compilations, and the most recent one that's out, it's Cali Fire 7. Volume 8 is almost done. So there's 3 songs left. But Volume 7 featured me singing the choruses on all the songs. Whether it was something they wrote for me or I wrote most of them, it's all to my beats. I mixed all the songs. It's 1 song per artist or group. And how many songs did it end up being? 20?
It was like 14, I think.
It was more than that. Honestly, I don't recall. I think it's about 20. Volume 8 is going to be closer to 30.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Well, Volume 3 and 4 was a double disc. They're sitting out there. I put more out there.
Almost gone.
You have more now.
Okay.
Brought a stack, but that was 40. It was double disc. I did print discs of it, but each one's a little different as far as the theme. me singing the hooks on 7. Number 6 was first time people that had been on any of them. If someone had been on one before, no, you're out of here. I don't care if it was someone that I've done 100 songs with.
Right.
Yep.
First timers.
But those for me are a way to present talent, also present my beats, mixing. So it showcases what I do as well as some awesome artists.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to the Cali Fire 8 because who was it? We were just talking.
Some random female artist is on that. I think her name's RawNé.
Yeah, pretty random.
Yeah. No, I dig your song on it. I've heard that played. Yeah, that played on the Plow Zone.
Yeah, I played on Plow Zone. We've had it here. I've performed it a few times.
Nice. All right.
And yeah, I really like that's actually one of my more favorite songs just because I hadn't done something like that and hadn't felt moved. Okay, the first time I did a song like including a hook or anything beyond just a verse was with K. Lou out of Richmond, and that was some time ago. But working with you in the studio and the beat that was chosen and everything, I was not ever in a place in my mind where I actually felt to do more than just the hook. Like I heard other stuff going on that I wanted to put in there. And so it was actually a really fun song for me. And I really enjoyed working with you on it because it was just a really comfortable space to be able to create and to allow the creations to just come out.
And I do like that process. There was nothing. There was the beat. You chose that beat previous or when we sat down?
When we sat there.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Everything
complete, total from scratch.
Yeah.
And I think I even did the mastering touches on it with you there, which I
right there
don't
on the
do.
spot, pretty much.
You had final. Wow.
Just done.
But it's a fun process. Now that's processed with Siren and a few other folks, but most of the work that I do is emailed work, or someone says, I dig this beat. Any pre-made beats are handled through my publisher, so they deal with that. But I have people want me to do custom beats.
Yes.
I want you to sample this old school song or make something like this certain song. And well, it's still a process and a little back and forth to get things right, but I don't know. I still love sitting down and working from scratch.
Well, you do an amazing job.
Something quality.
Absolutely amazing job. And truly, you are Cali Fire. You're fire. You know, you push through. You're on your grind. So tough. Like, with not only just production and hearing the sound and putting things out, not only for yourself, but for others. So you have more music that you have with Siren coming out. So she's going to continue to do these singles. So the songs that you sent in, are those just singles or are those going to be on?
They're all singles. However, we did press up a couple of, I guess they're collections. They're not really albums. It's mainly for the show she was doing and just to hand off to people that want a physical copy. And that's a lot of times necessary when we're approached or we encounter somebody that can get the music out for far and wide. Like it's all a lot of these community radio stations. Like I'm on a mailing list where I see, community radio station or college station needs music, and I go and I'm getting ready to pull up Gmail and they only accept physical copies. Really?
Yeah. Well, here
some do. Some
here,
only do.
I had to let a lot of artists know that in the beginning, in order to have the music here, yes, you can go ahead and send it in MP3 version, but we will need a physical copy of it somehow. So my workaround became, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on a disc.
Okay.
So for those who send in their music and they're not able to get us their copies, it's on a physical disc so that we can say that we do have it on a physical disc, because those are the regulations and rules of the music industry to be able to
then the ones
the radio stations.
The ones that only have you email them, then they're breaking the regulations.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So
I won't say anything.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
With them. Now but you burn it and you end up following
to have the physical copy. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah. So when I first learned that coming here, I was told that by our manager. So getting music in, you just got to have a physical copy. So as long as we have a physical copy somewhere, it works. So I'm happy to to know other people make sure they're doing the same thing, you know.
Gotcha.
Got to be able to get that physical copy. So, but moving forward, okay, so I kind of want to get into you a little bit, because we're going to get back to Siren because we got a little bit more music.
Yeah, there's one song in particular with a big thing attached to it, but go ahead.
But
yes.
really quickly, because DJ Luke, you being the producer, you're going to be joining Mixed Metaphors on the 28th. Your music, your some of your beats are
my music will be there. I actually won't. I'm out
That's right,
of
you
town.
mentioned that.
But okay, so it sounds like I'm still in the running.
Yes, and happy anniversary.
Oh yes, 10-year anniversary,
So
Mrs. Luton
he's
and I.
going to be gone for a little bit to not only celebrate, but during the time for the Mixed Metaphors, he's got other things going on. Very, very, very busy. But I'm so
Yes.
happy to have you in the running. You were the last winner for the Bay Area edition.
Yeah, that was
So,
fun.
The Berkeley edition, yeah.
It was interesting because you have the production side and the artists, and it's all. And then they choose who was choosing the beat, the artist or the DJ
artist.
was. The artist was like, I want a beat from this here.
Oh
Like,
no,
okay.
the DJ will play the beats.
He played wherever he
of-
wanted to for that artist.
for right. So whatever
Okay.
was in rotation from the producers.
Yeah.
And so then, but the artists got to choose, you know, just that feeling of what it was for them as they were on those beats.
And then I was there, but refresh.
And it's gonna
They
be a
were
little
given a
different.
topic, weren't they? Or
For round 3, yes.
Round 3,
So,
okay.
and it's going to be a little different. The artists won't be choosing the winner of the producers this time around. We're actually going to have a judging panel, and
Okay.
the judges will choose not only the winning producer but also the winning freestylist.
sweet, all right.
Yeah. So round 1, 2, 3. So round 1, it was just a minute on the beat. And so then round 2, they had to do a beat change up. So you had
Yeah.
to test 2 of your beats. And then round 3 was to have any random, so people knew that it was truly a freestyle, random concepts and words thrown
Yeah.
out from the crowd. But they used a deck
I
of
love that.
cards. Yeah.
Oh, it was the cards. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So they used a deck of cards that day, but yep, that was pretty dope, and I'm very excited to hear that you're going to be in the championship. Your work will be in the championship, among others.
Sweet.
And that will close out the 2019 Mixed Metaphors with Minute Productions and Hella Deadass. So shout out to Hella Deadass for just keeping with the Mixed Metaphors,
Oh, yeah.
bringing it here, doing her thing, allowing me to be on that with her this year. And so I just gonna watch how much it's gonna flourish in the years to come. So it's gonna be very exciting. But let's get back to the music, because I really want to hear this other one.
So the other Siren track, and then the third track I sent is in the direction I'm going with my own personal music. But as far as, so you've played Nothing to Lose before. But here's the thing. It was submitted to the Recording Academy, which is the folks that run the Grammys. So it was accepted as a viable candidate for being voted on to be not a winner, but a nominee.
Nominee for a Grammy. Uh-huh.
Which is amazing. And even just to be in the running for the voting for the nomination is
Yeah.
very selective. It's like a few thousand songs or whatever.
Yeah, and it's a really good thing to say that you were a Grammy nominee.
Yeah, and if that comes about, and the voting is, I believe, the 25th, so
you'll
like a
send
few
us
days from now is when Academy members. So the public's not voting for anything.
Okay.
So we're hoping, and it would be great to be a Grammy nominee.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a win or a loss with that, those nominees are going to go from, well, the world is tuning in at that point.
Yes.
So you're going to go from thousands or tens of thousands of views, 100 million views the next,
Yeah.
or listens rather, streams.
And even just to be in the running, people are going to get to know who you are.
Yeah,
what
and
that
that's the goal.
is,
That's
and-
the goal.
yeah.
Let's let our music be known. Let's have people be interested. And the song itself.
We're on solid ground?
No.
No?
Nothing to Lose.
Okay. Nothing to lose.
Yeah, and this was inspired by, so Siren was out grabbing some lunch during one of our session weekends, and she encountered a person on the streets, and some people truly have nothing to lose. That is just the one sentence statement that this song sums up. So, yeah, let's roll with it. This is Nothing to Lose.
All right, there you guys
Nothing
go.
to lose.
Nothing to lose. I was just saying how well her voice complements that beat, and I asked if it was made from scratch, that beat.
Yeah, okay, let me think of how that one came about. I started that not in a session with her, I think. It's been a while. And then what I'll end up doing is making something and either emailing to her or waiting till we're actually in session. If it's one of those that is one of those like that, then I'm going to wait till she's actually in there, so it'll be, I get to see the reaction and really, I know when it's going to just really be, wow, that's amazing to her, and I like to see that. I like to see the reaction.
Say, how would you know this is something that she would really...
I just know with some of them,
yeah,
like those very special ones.
Style.
Yeah. And so with that one, I think I had the entire thing done, like the lead guitars and all. There's a lot of rock elements in it, even though it's submitted for the solo pop performance category.
Okay.
But yeah, it's in the pop realm, but there's real actual like rock drums. So, but it's still pop essentially, but more pop soul, honestly, because there's that soul element to it.
Right, and because you can kind of
Our
R&B type, where that soul.
Our premier pop song is delicious, and to this day, delicious. That is about as
Poppy
straight up pop as it
yeah.
gets. So it's that nothing to lose is. That's a contrast to delicious. You see the range we have?
Right, definitely, and they both call that one pop as well. So that's kind of interesting.
It's there.
Pop soul rock. Pop rock soul.
Pop rock, soul, country, jazz, classical. We need to do something that has like 10 genres, like all rolled into one.
Nothing to lose, man. That one is just a really nice piece there. It's something that's very soulful, that can speak to a lot of people, and I can hear and see and feel people playing something like that on a day where they really feel like they're down and out, that there is nothing to lose. So.
Yep. And I just talked to her last weekend about, we want to do a video to it, but I'm not going to say so somebody doesn't steal the idea, but there's a certain filming perspective I want to do and different things to, we're going to do that, and then maybe at the end have like links to, because a lot of the homeless situation, some of them are like veterans that weren't treated right when they came back, or just mental health issues and people. So we want to maybe put some phone numbers people can call.
Well, I also want to say
those types of things.
The type of situations for veterans as well. Veterans that go away, not only did they weren't treated well, but it's really difficult for veterans because sometimes they have a 50-50 chance of making it or breaking it for their relationships. And sometimes when they go off to do what they need to do, the party back home can't handle being alone. So they go out and mess around or do something and kind of break up the family, or something happens while maybe the veteran is out somewhere else, and things just get broken. They come back home to nothing, and so where do they go, kind of thing. Sometimes they don't get to go back home to their family.
Then
so, things like that. So something simple like that. You just never know what the situation is for veterans, how people end up becoming homeless, losing jobs, losing family members that maybe were the only ones taking care of them. Just so many things that can put people in such a predicament.
Yes.
So, but yeah, that's great to hear that you guys will have a lot of information for veterans, suicide helplines, all kinds of different things.
Drug hotlines. I want to just list all it's on people to make calls. Just if it keeps one person out of that situation, then there you go.
I'm down with that, completely. So yes, kudos, shout out to Siren for giving the love and the care and concern to the world through her music with you.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing, and that's what we definitely like to see, something more positive. And she did talk about that in her interview when she came. A different approach that she likes to take just to be that kind of light in this world. And this is why I love her so much.
Everybody loves her.
Because we need more light bringers and more people that can hold the light like that. It's very hard. A lot of people, it's easy to put your light out or let the light be taken out and just kind of go to the dark side and be like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It doesn't matter, and I don't care. And, they just spiral down in the darkness, and then they wonder how they got there.
Someone else you mentioned, Optimistic, same thing. The artist, for folks that don't know, Optimistiq, Optimistic. Check him out. So he's on that level of presentation and content. So
yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So now that you have, what are some of the new things, and who are some of the newbies that you kind of been coming across now that you're, doing the radio show out in San Francisco? I have to say, Gerard's Honeybees.
Oh yeah. Shout out Ed.
Shout out Ed, yeah.
Yeah, he came in, so Otoi and Humanistic, they were my first live performance. So that was fun. There were just the very brief issues with the board and getting the sound, but once it was going, it was great having live music being played. I'm actually trying to get, I encountered a guy yesterday coming off the BART playing guitar and singing original music.
Nice.
Older middle-aged guy, and I said, you want to be on next week? So I might have this guy I met in the BART to come in and play. So my second live music, people have freestyled and whatever, but like actually having to mic guitars and do all that.
Yes.
I want to do more of that in my show.
We get that here with the Artist Hour, and I think it's great. Josh Sartain, so shout out to him for he brings the Artist Hour, and actually he's on Thursday nights, and he basically that's one of the things that he does. Every show he has a new group or artist in that does live music, and so we worked really hard to get these walls and this place soundproofed so we can have that. Yeah, they did a lot of work. The walls are blue now, and you know the color of the station and stuff, so it's pretty cool. So what's new with your radio station, and with how are you incorporating you getting your information out to artists to say like, hey, these are some of the beats? Do you ever put your own beats in there and say, hey, I'm looking for artists to work with?
Well, as far as my show and I play music, and I let folks know that I play mainly independent music. Uh-huh. In fact, it's all independent or like not your mainstream stuff on the big stations and all that, except the last Triple Shot. Those are things I grew up on, mainstream music that I liked growing up. But I push that I do that, and I always invite artists to email me music. Mm-hmm. I'm always playing, like, during the interview segments and things, I have some of the Siren instrumentals playing underneath.
Are those Siren instrumentals, are those open to other people being on them?
Oh, no, they're the ones from the songs. But there's always something with content I've created or artists that I work with. I just like showcasing the stuff from my circle. Yes. More than
I totally
anything
encourage
else.
you to maybe have like maybe a little split second of a moment to put in one of your beats to say, I'm a producer and this is what I have for anybody who would like to reach out to me if you like the beat and wants to work with it or something of that nature. So it's kind of like showcasing yourself for like a
So I could do like a verse section of or X amount of time, like 15 seconds of 6 different beats, one after the other, different styles, and say, if you want this type of production, okay. Yeah. Oh, this is your second suggestion that you came up with the this or that intro segment for me. So,
which is dope, though. And I love your this or that section, but when you said that Tribe Called Quest totally came to my mind.
So definitely shout out to RawNé. And I always shout out if someone contributes a piece of something, it's definitely know where it comes from.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of that, because I think it's amazing. A lot of people should hear your sound, not just with artists on them already, but they get to hear your raw sound to be like, oh, I hear myself doing this on that. Yeah. And
I could start putting some of the actual beats underneath. And I think maybe I will, with my hip-hop guests, make sure that not all of them, only 2 of them so far, 2, 3 have rapped, like freestyle, and if someone that doesn't freestyle, then it's whatever. But I should have everybody spit something when they're a guest. Yeah. Some of them haven't.
Yeah. I would have loved to have done that. I would do that. Huh. Yeah.
Well, I am going to have folks come in for you and one other person have had, 2 other. Scott Plowman I called one time when a guy couldn't make it. Oh. I had you on the phone for a follow-up, but I do want to revisit previous guests, but way further out. I don't want to just keep having the same 4 people come in all the time. But,
very true.
I'll have you in person probably sometime next spring or whatever.
I was going to say we should make it next year.
Next year. It'll be next year.
Breathe, but some people rotated in there.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to have, like I'm in here today. Update.
Yes, update.
So it's always good to have updates.
Yeah, California 8's coming. 8. And that's going to have 30 tracks.
No, less than 30, but it's going to be close to 30.
That's going to be a lot of California.
Just waiting on 3 songs. But my new stuff I'm working on, visualize the Siren more like dance music type stuff, but just instrumental versions of that type of music. And that's the 3rd song I sent you. I've been putting out about once a week. Been putting out, like, they're not like straight up EDM format, but like dance, house, like a mixture of a couple different electronic dance styles. Mm-hmm. But these are just instrumental. Some of them have some real minimal vocals that I've been doing. But yeah, it's exciting to be able to sit down and just put those out. It gives me more of my creativity on my own releases when he and I aren't like doing a session for a little while. So
okay.
Yeah.
You want to play it?
Absolutely.
Let's play it.
And I think I sent you We're on Solid Ground.
Yes. Oh, and let me not move the camera.
which I think I don't know the release date on that, but I just put them out as singles and whatever date my publisher gives me, and that's that, and I promote that.
Yes, we're on solid ground. Okay, so it doesn't have a date on it, but that's okay.
Well, yeah,
That's
whatever.
All right, you guys, here's We're on Solid Ground by Siren and DJ Luke.
Well, actually, just by me.
Oh, by DJ
Yeah,
Luke.
I've been doing...
Okay, here we go. You guys can catch DJ Loot. Check out all of his stuff on djloot.biz. That's www.djloot.biz. Remember, follow Siren, www.sirenmusic.com.
SYREN.
And that is in the comments. And a shout out for Mr. Ron for an upcoming event. That's going to be full lineup of entertainers. I believe that's going to be October 12th. If not October 12th, I think it's October 12th. Remind me if I'm wrong, but I do believe it's that. It's going to be out in Western Ranch, so they got a lot of people. If you're looking for stage time, any of the artists out there are looking for stage time. This is a non-paid gig, but it allows you time to get up there and just get in front of audience and grow your fan base organically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So out here in Stockton, you guys check it out. Tap in with Mr. Ron Durrell. He's in the comments, and if you guys have any questions, yeah, he'll answer anything that you guys got. We're on our way out. This is DJ Loot in the house here at the Voice of San Joaquin in Stockton on Rise and Shine 209 with your girl RawNé. And check him out. Happy hour every Wednesday, FCC Free Radio, 3 to 6 p.m. on Wednesdays.
FCCFreeRadio.com, Studio 2B.
There you go, Studio 2B.
Click on that.
And it's a pretty dope spot, you guys. If you ever get a chance to get your way out there and maybe find a way to get onto his show, you guys are going to love that little spot. So thank you for coming in. We're looking forward to Cali Fire 8.
Yes, thanks for having me. It was a great follow-up. And we'll get Siren in here in maybe a few months and get same thing for her.
Yep.
We'll chat
All right,
about
you guys, we're out. Peace.
Yeah, I'd love to have her.